You shouldn't let a particular incident affect you for so many days, no? It's okay if in the moment you got angry and you did what you did. It's done, finish. Come back to the knowingness. Now I'm in the present. That is over. No need to take on guilt and increase. You're like a chewing gum. You're just elongating your misery yourself. Your daughter is not elongating it. You are elongating it by thinking about it, by regretting it, by not meditating for a few days, feeling angry for a few days. It was not required. In that moment, anger happened. It's okay. It's a part of my past karmic cycle, which became the habit pattern, and that habit pattern suddenly surprised me. Okay, I stumbled, I went off balance, but now I come back into balance immediately. No, I don't sit down over there on the pavement. Oh, I lost my balance for days. Then you are elongating your misery. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's okay, it happened, done, move on. Done, move on. It's okay. It's okay. Let go, let go. Learn to be compassionate with yourself, okay? You are pushing yourself and you want yourself to become a super mom also and a super yogi also. All at the same time. You want everything in one day. No, you can't do that. Yeah. And if you really want to follow the path of Advaita, Advaita says that you are the witness of the anger, you are the witness of the calm mind. Nothing has changed. If anger came, it came. So, actions do not touch the knower. If you can learn to be just established here and watch feelings come up and go, you can watch the thoughts come up and go, and not get into it and react. You see what I'm saying? Just be a witness. Okay, anger came and it went. I'm done. Finish. Next moment, you'll be happy like a kid. Have you seen a little kid? Little kid gets angry when you take the doll away and tell her to eat. But in 2 minutes, she's forgotten the doll.
That's what happens to me.
Yeah. But now you said that you stretched it for a few days, you didn't meditate, you feel angry. How do I deal with it?
Yeah. So, some people, even my husband thinks that, okay, how can I just forget right away and get back?
That's perfect.
That happened.
Then that's perfect. That's the way it should be. It's over. Done.
How can I help my daughter?
Help your daughter with what? At the most, like a mom, you can tell her the right things to do. But you cannot change her karma. Just like you had your habit pattern and the anger just kicked in and surprised you, her karma kicks in and surprises her. She's less than half your age. Just imagine, for that little kid, it's very difficult to even understand these things. She is a complete slave of her habit pattern till she reaches puberty. This is a very natural cycle. Yes? After puberty, we get a little bit of sense. We become a little more awake and aware in life. And then we start learning to control, understand, and work on ourselves. Till that time, it's very hard to even understand what is the meaning of working on yourself. Yes? So you can't push such a small kid, but you have to learn to understand these mechanics. Yes, that she has her own karma. Yeah. So number one, you just let go. When anger comes, it's okay. I am the knower of this anger. It came up and it's gone. I'm the knower of the calmness also. Never say I am angry. Never say I am calm. Then I have jumped in. You have to maintain that distance from it. And this needs to become a practice, okay? This cannot be done suddenly when I get angry. No, that day I will do it. No. It has to start with small, small things. When you're feeding the kid, when you are cleaning the house, when you're talking to the neighbor, constantly being established in the knower. I am knowing that Avanti is talking to the neighbor. I am knowing that Avanti is cooking food. The knowingness needs to be constantly there. And next time when such a situation comes up where anger comes up, you'll be more established because you practiced it. Practice itself becomes a new habit pattern. You know why we practice? So it becomes a new habit pattern and it erases the previous habit pattern. We are just trying to become stronger than the previous habit pattern. It's that simple. The logic is very simple. Yeah? And then you cannot be feeling guilty about it. And that is like chewing gum. You're then stretching it too far. It happened, done, move on. Simple. Yes? So, again, from the kid also, do not expect that she's going to change miraculously now because I'm mommy and I have told her. Yeah, some things go in, some don't. Her habit patterns can be stronger than what mommy is teaching. And you cannot fight karma. Do not try to fight the karma of your child. That's what most parents do. You can never win over the karma of the child. Okay? From your side, do your best as a parent and then leave the rest to the universe. You come back to your happy self.
Yes. Keep that in.
Satipatana is doing the same thing, no? You are just observing the sensations with your mind. Did you notice? Yes? This is just the first level. Now you will come to the Buddha retreat. We are going to go higher. Even Buddha's part talks the same thing, but it takes you slower. One retreat, you go back home, practice for a few months, come back to the next retreat, and the next retreat is the one level higher. Then going into the mind and then seeing the knower who is seeing the mind.
It happens when I go into the Bhanga state, as you
Yes.
told me. During the Bhanga state, I can see all the vibrations, I feel all the vibrations at the same time. And that time I see that who is observing the vibrations.
Perfect.
At that point.
Yes.
Before that, it's like,
it's okay.
It's not.
It's okay. That is what the before process is for. The observing of sensations is so designed so that the mind that was interested in husband, child, family, this, that, for some time it will take, immediately you close your eyes, it's not going to come in, no? It's going to be like that little child who's like wants to go out. And then finally it settles in. And then when you settle in completely, that's when you go into Bhanga. There is a very logical pattern as to how this happens. Yeah. So Buddha's path is exactly Advaita. Advaita is exactly the same. This is just direct, this is indirect. This has steps to it. Buddha's path has steps to it. Slowly you get there. Advaita is directly there. Some people are ripe. 150 people join. Yeah, whatever, 160 people join. I don't know who's ripe, who's not yet ripe, correct? So I have to give the knowledge as it is. The person who was ready was like, I was waiting for this all my life. Yeah. And the people who feel no, a little more finishing touches are required, then you come to the Buddha retreat and it takes few stages and then you get there with actual meditation and you understand it. Yes, sometimes people with Advaita also will need to come to Buddha because it's not easy to stay there, no? So both come. It's like that. Yeah. So these are all direct paths. Buddha's path will take you there, but stepwise, slowly, but it is taking you there. Yeah. Ramana Maharshi also is like, you are already that. Yeah. So there is no major meditation involved. So some people are ready for direct, some people are ready for indirect.
And being in the Bhanga state, that comes a bit sooner than before when I close my eyes. Being there would take me to the next step where I there are no more sensations and there is
Yes.
only being.
Yes.
I have seen the glimpse of it.
Hmm.
It's not as easy and it's not as quick.
Yeah, it doesn't come quickly. That's because you're at home, no? You're with other people. When you come for a full 10-day retreat, what happens is that you're isolated from interaction. Isolated even from your phone. I don't give you your phone, you know that. I take your phone for 10 days. So 10 days, there is no input to the mind. So the first 1-2 days, the mind has collected input from the travel to the place and the people at home, and you're thinking about them. Yes? How much will the mind think about the old stale stuff? After 2 days, it doesn't want to think about the same thing, and I've not given it any more input. Then the mind automatically starts quietening, and instead of looking outside, it starts looking inside. That's the beauty of a long retreat. And then you see those kinds of corners of your mind which you've never seen in your life. It's so exciting. Wow. Oh, my mind can function like this. Oh, my mind has this corner. Yeah, and then impressions that were like deep down in your mind from very, very long ago, they start coming up. They can be happy, they can be not so pleasant. Yeah, we have to still practice to let them release, 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 release. And as you go, then I give you instructions there that how to go deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now when you come to your absolute silent state, you said you come to Bhanga, full body is vibrating, and then it becomes very silent. Even the vibration silence down. You come to that state?
Vibrations are lesser,
Yeah.
but not like completely gone.
Okay. So you.
No thoughts for sure.
Yeah, no thoughts, no feelings, and
No feelings or thought, but there are few vibrations.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Okay, so see that if you can progress to a state where even the vibrations end, it is complete silence. No thoughts in the mind, no feelings, and no sensations. Total zero. Yes, there is just the pure knowingness of the field of zero. Yes?
I'm not there yet.
Okay, so no problem. We'll get there. Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, so we'll get there and you stay there. When you get there, you'll realize, oh, this is what she's talking about, and you'll start talking to yourself and you'll spoil the zero-ness. That's okay. That is natural when it happens the first time. Yeah, because I've told you what is going to happen, right? So then you will be so excited that it happened that you will only spoil it, and please be compassionate with yourself. It's okay. She told me about this will happen. And then we again go to 1, 2, 3 and see if you can come to that quietness, the settling down. Yes, and then learn to bear that zero-ness. Learn to bear that silence. Just stay, just stay, just stay. Come what may, just stay. Yes, just stay means no, don't bring up thoughts, don't bring up anything, any conversation. We usually start talking to ourselves, right? No self-talk. Learning to bear the power of the silence, basically. Yeah, the power of zero-ness is such that the mind becomes very restless. It wants to talk. Yeah. So see that you can bear this silence and see if you can elongate it. How long can it go? Can I be in that zero-ness for 30 seconds? Then see if it goes to 1 minute. Then see after a few more practices, can it go to 2 minutes? Yeah. Slowly, slowly, just becoming comfortable with being quiet, silent. Understood? Yeah. So you saw how Buddha is taking you to the same place, but with practice with this method. As we grow through life, things start shedding away. Yes. You used to play with your little Barbie doll and used to make fake tea and give your mother fake tea. You remember those days? It shed away automatically, right? You don't hate your Barbie doll. You don't hate it. You just grew out of it, right? You had very pretty baby frocks. You just grew out of them, right? You grow out of things in life. Very clear? Similar journey happens on the spiritual path. You grow out of the beginner level automatically. Yes? So there's nothing to feel guilty. You can't hold on to your baby frocks and your baby dolls or your primary school or even your high school because now you've graduated to university. Yeah. So that is beautiful. It was my foundation. It helped me develop till here, and now it's time to shed it and move higher. It's that simple. Don't complicate things. It is maturity happens similarly, whether it is the material world or the spiritual side. Yeah. So don't get confused.
If I keep taking up these assignments, I'm not going to have time to keep coming back.
Yeah.
And that has become priority now for me. It's like, if not now, when?
Yes. Good. This is the highest priority. Your enlightenment will be the biggest gift that you can give to this world. Not your seva, not your money. How much ever, even if you're going to give $1 million, no, it's not equal to your enlightenment. Are you understanding the difference? Yes? So no seva, no charity, nothing else can you give to the world bigger than your own enlightenment. And if a thirst has come up naturally in you, then take it as the flow. Yeah, the flow has its own intelligence, and my little intelligence cannot comprehend something that is so supreme. If a thirst has arisen in me, then that is the way I should go, even if it means dropping certain things. And that's okay, that's a part of life. That's going to happen at every stage in life. From primary school, you went to high school, you dropped the primary school uniform and the friends. From high school, you went to university, you had to let go of those books that were very dear to you. You, after university, if you went into PhD, you had to let go. Yes? You move on in life, you get married, you go to your husband's house, you let go of your parents. Are you understanding? Can there be anything bigger than that? Yeah? So, there are stages in life. The same stages apply to the spiritual path. There is a beginner level on the spiritual path. You will drop the beginner level to go to the intermediate level. There is no option. You can't say, no, I hold on to my school books. I'm keeping my alphabet book A, B, C, D, E, F. What's the point? Yeah, like that only. You cannot hold on to previous things. They drop, they drop, they drop, they drop, and you keep moving. Take it as the flow. This is the highest. Having the thirst to get enlightened here and now is like a boon. Yeah, it's a blessing, and very few people are blessed with this thirst. Very few people come with this kind of question. Everybody comes with, oh, my child does this, my husband does this, my mother is like that. What to do with these things? Yeah, people come to me more like coming to a psychotherapist. Yeah, you are the true joy of a spiritual teacher. Again, you're feeling guilty for that which is shedding. A snake naturally sheds his skin. At the end of the season, he cannot sit and cry, oh my skin, oh my skin. No, it sheds off. We have to learn to progress higher. Of course, there are going to be attachments with the past. Yes, but take it as I have to move further. And how do I move further? Is more knowledge, something that is naturally pulling me. Let me do that. Let me not do something because somebody says so, even because Ekta says so. Yeah, Prachi has to go in and figure out what is pulling Prachi. Is it meditation? Is it knowledge? Which knowledge or which meditation? What is it that I am looking for right now? And then you progress on that path. And it's okay if you feel, okay, I tasted this. For just as an example, suppose you do Ashtavakra or Patanjali and feel this is still not working, then you decide, okay, it's okay, let me test Buddha's knowledge, and you test that and you feel, okay, this is also not working, then let's test Ramana Maharshi and Advaita. They come in the same bucket. And then you say, this works better for me. So it's okay to test. How will you know which is your favorite ice cream flavor without tasting raspberry, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, and then say mango is the best? How can you come to that conclusion? You have to test, and you have to give yourself that much time. You see, just like in the corporate world, when we want to progress, so much time we give. We give our studies 15, 20 years of our life. Yeah, and then we do this certification, that diploma, that course to, enhance our skills. What? For money? For such a petty thing. Yes. Now here you want the highest thing like enlightenment, but I want it in a weekend. I don't have time. It doesn't work. Impossible. This is not going to work. Yeah. So you have to invest that kind of bandwidth. I'm not saying it's going to take 15, 20 years. It shouldn't also. Yeah. That kind of interest, that kind of focus. Test. Is this correct? Is this for me? Is this for me? They are not wrong paths. And anybody who condemns one path and says this is better than the other, unenlightened person, does not understand. He's an ignorant person, or he has his own greed hidden behind it, or his own selfish motives hidden behind saying something like that. Yeah, it's just that they're different flavors of ice cream. They are all ice cream. They all give the same joy on a hot sunny day. The same joy. Yes. So all the paths are like ice cream. You have to figure out which is more palatable to you. And that cannot happen without you tasting everything. Yes. I love Buddha in this matter because he says that you don't come only to me. You go to another teacher also, you go to another teacher also, and you reason it out for yourself. You don't blindly believe me. I love that. Who can speak like that? The most confident person who knows that what I am saying is the truth of my own experience. Yeah. Only an insecure person says, don't go there or don't go anywhere, you stay with me. Then he has a selfish motive, right? And this is what kept people, stuck in that particular place, because whatever their gurus, teachers, leaders said, no, don't go away, because of their own insecurities. And then those people stopped growing because they did not taste the other flavors. Only the people for whom by fluke this was their flavor, they grew. And the people who in this whole bunch for whom this was not their flavor, they were stuck. Oh, but it is said not to go anywhere else. So that bondage was there. So you're there more for the bondage than out of relishing or respecting or loving that path. You see what I'm saying? So don't get trapped in these things. Don't. You be very clear that I need to taste everything, and I'm an intelligent person. I'm not the kind of person who wants to, okay, you say this is right, so I'm going to believe this is right. If you're that kind of a person, then that's different. But if you're not that kind of a person and you intelligently want to figure it out for yourself, then taste everything and then you decide. And then I say the same thing that Buddha says, don't come just to me. Yes, listen to other sources. In fact, at the end of the Advaita retreat, I will give the resources which are there on YouTube. Those that I think are good translations, or people who give good, you know, the same kind of teaching. On the Buddha's path, a lot of dilution also happened. Like religion came in, and Buddha never said have a religion called Buddhism. That part, Buddhism part, I never advocate. Only the pure teachings, core teachings. Yeah, that is what will take you to the truth. And on full speed, Rajdhani Express. If you come to a Buddha retreat, or not to me, anywhere you go where there are those 10-day retreats, most of the monasteries, even with monks, you'll go, they'll have 8 to 10 days. That is the minimum. What happens in these 8 to 10 days of silencing the mind? First 2 days, your mind is still talking about the world that it was in contact with. Yeah. And the retreats on the Buddha's path don't have a tape recorder or a voice going on. It's completely you and you alone in your room. That's it. There is nobody there. There are no instructions. The instructions are given prior in the morning, and then you work on it for 24 hours. It's like that. The monk gives you the instructions. So, first 2 days your mind distracts you with stuff and all, so you are not very quiet. But from third day you will become very quiet, and you will come to this experience that I'm going to tell you about now. That the mind becomes so slow, it comes to a standstill almost. The thoughts almost come to a standstill, and the feelings, they've done their havoc in those 5, 6, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days maybe for some people. A point will come where there is a complete halt in everything. The mind halts, the feelings halt. You come to a point where there's utter silence, absolute silence. Yes? And there is just the knowingness. And you taste what Advaita is saying. It'll be like, oh, yes, this is very akin to the deep sleep state, where there is just pure knowingness. And in that pure knowingness, the first thought that comes up is an I thought. Yeah? And that I thought does not come up automatically or without something else, which you will learn on the Buddha's part, that sensation always precedes a thought. So maybe you sat in that silence for 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how good your 10-day retreat was. And you come out of that. So first probably there's a sensation in the body or the breath. That sensation first comes up, and then the I thought comes up that identifies with my breath and or my pain in the leg, or whatever, my back is hurting, something like that. So that's the moment of recognizing that I really does not exist. First there's a sensation which naturally arises, and then I goes and says my sensation. I am feeling tired, or I am hurting. Do you get it? And this becomes so clear. Oh, I does not exist. There is nothing like a continuous solid entity called the ego. It is just one thought that comes and then clasps onto a sensation and then claims to be I. And that we think is the ego. And we think it is continuous. If it were continuous, then what happens in deep sleep state? This that I'm teaching you becomes your experience, your own understanding, an absolute clarity. And then you slowly, as you practice more of being in the silence, becoming comfortable. We are not comfortable with silence. The mind wants to jump in and say something. It doesn't like it. It takes some time. Some people take few retreats, silence retreat, absolute silence retreats, not sound silence. That's a different retreat. Yeah, absolute silence retreat. And then they learn to become comfortable with the silence, and they start using the ego like a tool now. No, this I came up and goes away. It loses its power. So that you see in action in meditation. Yeah, but some of them were really ripe souls. I don't know who joined online, 150 people from all over the world. So whoever's ripe for Advaita, who has already been practicing, just needs that last little push. And that's what Advaita does. Yeah. So you will know that this ego, does not exist. If I does not exist, the so-called ego, who wants to have free will? Who's bothered about destiny? It is just a thought asking that question. That thought comes up and goes away. Yeah, it's just an illusion. Free will and destiny both. Yeah, that there are no instructions. There is no tape recorder going on all day or some voice going on all day telling you what to do. Then you're stuck in the external. Till the mind is stuck in the five senses, it is outward facing. If you're listening to constant instructions, a guided meditation, whether it is 1 hour long or 4 days long, it is a guided meditation. It keeps me outward. Sound is outside. Do you get it? Sound belongs to the physical and the mental state. Where are we going with Advaita? The knower. We are going deeper. So we have to drop the sound to be in pure silence. That is why pure silence retreats are different from sound silence retreats.